Show your bling and let me shine you.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good whatever time of day it may be for you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Layback Gamer, and we are back with some more. Well, actually, not some more. It is a brand new year, so I guess some more life. Yep. Anyways, we're at 2024, and my goodness, I can feel getting old already. But let's continue to move on. First off, exciting, we managed to cross over 400 subscribers, which I think was actually, we went over 100 more from last year, and granted a good chunk of that was in December. Progress is still progress. Hopefully by the end of this year we'll be sitting at 500, maybe even more. So normally what I like to do is I like to do a top 5 view, 3 personal favorite, and a bunch of liked. However, I couldn't think of any that stood out too much this year, and YouTube doesn't let me filter by likes anymore, so I can't really pull up that information easily. So we just went with the top 5 viewed, and I've also put the likes beside them too. So, as a number 5th was the end of the Minecraft Relaxing series, and that was still a shame because I was getting motion sickness by just flying. I might attempt to make a renaissance of that idea a bit later, or something else, but that was an unfortunate loss there. Number 4 is, well, this one was actually tied for views with number 3, but it got less likes and a dislike on it, so we're going with that. It is the Warcraft 3 Reforged Human Campaign, Mission 8, Frostmourne. I think I was supposed to put co-op in some of these titles, which is, I'm gonna have to go back and fix some of those a bit later, but anyways, that was number 4. Number 3 was Draconic Empire. Another insectoid infestation destroys another bedroom. Same amount of views, except it has more likes. And we got some news about that series coming up. Number 2 was another from that same series, which was we finally powered the underground bedrooms. That was a really nice feat because it allowed me to start moving people into the bedrooms and out from the surface where they could easily be attacked. And the last one was 2-man co-op Warcraft 3 Reforged. Yeah, I knew there was something I'm supposed to be adding in front of those names. I gotta go fix so many of them now. But anyways, Black Rock and Roll got 596 views and 11 likes. So overall, in terms of views, the top 2 got less than the ones from last year by a decent margin. But the bottom 3 actually got more views than last year, with 5th place almost having around, I think, getting pretty close to double the views. So nice to see that. Nice to see, you know, I'm hitting on some levels there, at least. Alright, so time for a bit of a roadmap. Future of the existing series. We got the RimWorld, Draconic Empire, and unfortunately the animations are still, or the slide is still failing for that. Anyways, Draconic Empire and the City Builders. Draconic Empire, I'm going to discontinue that. I'm just not really enjoying it. It's not a very fun concept anymore. I had the idea to eventually build our colonists into dragons, but it's just not going to happen. Not at all. And that's, yeah, it sucks, but it was the modded one that was picked up at when Biotech first was released, so it's kind of ran its course. I do have several ideas, however, for a replacement series. Many ideas, including one that I'm not going to spoil it. But I'm probably going to wait for the eventual 1.5, because if the pattern holds, where it takes about a year and a few months, we should be getting some news around the end of January, end of February at the latest. This is not confirmed, I'm just going to throw that out right now. This is my speculation. But I think we are going to hear some news about that coming up soon. City Builders is still a go. As a matter of fact, even before I got to recording this, I actually got a City Builders episode up. No, recorded. I shouldn't say up. Non-series videos. For the past year, I've had a rather big project in the works. I'm hoping to have it closing in on completion by the end of the year. Kind of depends on if everything I got planned for it works out. And I can get to that point. A big problem with that right now is it is very slow to play. Like, it takes for an hour. I could play for an hour and maybe get forward about a day. That's how slow it takes. I plan on making a few 100 days type format videos with some of the ideas I have for series, but I figured it might pan out better for the 100-day kind of format. I don't know why I still have city builders there. I forgot to edit that one out. Anyways, for Stardew Valley, still going strong with it. I just finished up the 2nd year, and I'm hoping to wrap up the game by the end of the 3rd year, beginning of the 4th year tops. We got a lot left to go. I have a lot of collecting to do. Actually, yeah, a lot of collecting, a lot of shipping. Gotta find every fish somehow. Fortunately, we are we're closing in on some of this stuff. Like, the museum is nearly completed. A few more trips to the desert mine and we should be able to get it. Gotta find the secrets of Ginger Island. I think we're gonna end up having to collect all those golden walnuts, coconuts, something along those lines. So, Ginger Island doesn't look to be too big, so that shouldn't take us too long, especially once we finish in the main valley. We just then go to Ginger Island and completely focus on that. So I'm hoping to have that finished at some point this year. Graveyard Keeper. I have made huge progress. Well, last year, as in, yeah, made a chunk at the end of December. And this year should hopefully bring this game and the DLCs to a close, especially since, well, a video that, one of the last ones I had released for Graveyard Keeper, I didn't really know how to use one of the DLCs. Now I've figured out the problem and can actually start to advance down that. Once we've gathered all the portal items, I'm going to go for the full Steam trophy completion, or most of it, if I'm locked out of some, before bringing the game to a close. And I might have to look up what some of the hidden achievements are, but for the most part, we're going to go for completion, and then this might eventually become another 100 days series, or a long play of Graveyard Keeper, just as a final one. And yeah, that'll be basically all the Graveyard Keeper I'll be playing. It has been a very fun game, and while it will be sad to go, I definitely will cherish the memories I've had of this game. Age of Empires 2, no fancy background for this, because surprisingly, I have nothing new for this one. For the moment. It's just going to continue on as normal. Greedfall. Made quite a bit of progress last year, and this year I'm hoping to finish the game. I'm basing this, because I don't know how much longer we've got left to go. I'm kind of basing it on the fact that, you know, where we're at, Constantine got captured by the High King of the natives, and I'm thinking we're going to have to go save him by either defeating the High King, and then we have to either befriend or defeat their deity, Albani Ficton, I think that's what his name was. I'm not 100% sure. Constantine, sadly, is probably going to die. I'm calling that right now, but hopefully we'll have a chance to save him. I'm not going for 100% completion on this game. I just want to finish it. I might pick up the DLCs, see when they're on sale, and play them then, but actually they might still be on sale today because it's not too far after New Year's, so that's an entire possibility that we can get them play them this year. I need to tune this down a little bit more. There we go. Maybe just up a touch a bit. That should do. Alright, for Age of Empires... Sorry, this is not Age of Empires, this is Dragon Age 2. I've took a very long pause on this, mainly because, well, if you haven't seen the final episode that I had uploaded, I'm restarting back at the beginning of the first act due to being unable to beat the air shock on Nightmare, and partly because we missed an important quest with Isabella. I have an idea, and I think I've proven that it's possible that if I were to throw all my potions into a chest before engaging in battles, the game will attempt to give me more, and then using that little, I guess it's an exploit? Yeah, technically an exploit, I guess. I can use that to generate more potions from battles, and providing I could take battles on my terms, it'll take me a little bit of time, but eventually I'll be able to get back up to the point where we'll be uploading new videos, and I'll be sure to upload the entire battle against the Era Shock. Oh boy, that's going to be difficult. Oh, and then I can also spend my gold on anything that will prevent make me more tanky, or help me deal more damage, because oh god, we're going to need it. This is not going to start up right away. I'm not going to start recording or trying to get back to the final mission, but I'm going to be picking the game back up again. Hopefully, I need to make sure I have my other series taken care of before I go back. I'm not sure. Why did I move my cursor over? That's weird. Sorry, I just noticed that. I'm hoping to pick up the game and start uploading it a bit later on. I want to take most of January to record for most of the existing series that I don't have to wait for, and then work on this in side projects. We'll get to those side projects a little bit later, though. Civilization. Nothing new since last time. Still attempting to end the game before it becomes unplayable. I do have another idea for the series with Cavemen to Cosmos, but I might give the game a break before making that series. I'll see. Kind of depends. Warcraft Reforged. Nothing new, nothing to talk about the co-op playthrough of this series, but it seems that a lot of people have been enjoying it, and I've been having people asking about it. So, asking about the single player. So, originally I wasn't going to, but I'm open to it if people want to see it. You guys want to see a normal run of the campaign? Let me know, please. Do let me know in the comments. There's already a couple of votes to do it, and I'm leaning towards making it happen as soon as I finish uploading all the co-op videos. But do let me know if you really want to see it sooner, and I might work on it sooner. Anyways, Star Sector. Recently, we've started our spiral into the endgame, which is galactic domination. We had taken out the Sindarian Dictate and have been making strides against the Lego Infernalis. And currently, we're on a crusade. It's going really well. I still have yet to deliver the killing blow to them and knock them out, or have them enter obscurity. Sorry, knock them into either obscurity or complete annihilation. I have yet to land the killing blow. I still need to go after their capital world, and I need to do a little bit of... No, I won't spoil that. I was about to spoil something, but I went, no, I'm not going to. I'm not going to spoil that. And with them out of, but with the Legos out of the picture, we'll set our sights on the Kingdom of Terra. Take their home system out, force them into an alliance or a vassal state, and we'll take out the hegemon. The Iron Shell will be incorporated into that, and all for the big war against the 9th Battle Group, the Luddic Church, and the Reparations Society. And finally, once all of them are out of the picture, taking everything else out should be a piece of cake, and we can do it pretty quickly. All bounties will be pretty trivial because I could just send my ships after them without ever having to worry about them, and we can declare ourselves the victor by the end of it. So yeah, we're spiraling into the end game now. Very exciting. Stardust, I'm still planning on continuing this, though likely not for too much longer. Honestly, the game's nice, I'm just not enjoying it as much as I thought it was. There's not much after... Like, we're kind of in the same loop at the moment of, hey, I need to go find plastic. I found plastic, let's build this one thing. I now need more plastic. And it's, honestly, it's rough. Maybe it might improve when I start picking up, when I start being able to make plastic, but Honestly, it's kind of wearing out on me. I'll probably end up accomplishing our goal of reaching the next shipwreck, which was I was trying to get. Maybe get a bit more research after that, but no promises after that point. However, when the game does receive more updates, I'll pick the game back up and continue to record for it. It is still getting updates. I think there was a dev blog at the beginning of the month or end of December. So it is still being updated. We'll have to see where that goes, though. Oblivion. There's an update from the previous year because I had said, oh well, I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to be able to continue the series because the game keeps crashing randomly. That kind of seems to have stopped for the most part. It's limited to only where we die, so that's fantastic news. And as of now, I'm working through the Fighters Guild, Rangers Guild, Thieves Guild, Mages Guild quest lines, and the plan to have the ending of Mages, Thieves, and Fighters Guild within a single episode. So work them all up to that point, and then with one final swoop, and in the same episode, probably going to end up being like a 2-hour-long special. Complete them all at once. I just switch to a different track. Nope. There we go. That'll do. Anywho. Come on. Next one, please. Oh yeah, and then a bit of the share of the plans after that will be the next will be Arena, Dark Brotherhood, and all 16 of the Daedric artifacts, with 2 of the main story missions after that, and then the Knights in the Nine coming after the 2 main story missions. So if you spoilers for people who've played Oblivion or who haven't played Oblivion, we'll be going after the Great Welkin Stone while we're also doing the Knights of the Nine questing. And hopefully get that finished. I'm not sure what I'm going to do after that. Maybe some miscellaneous quests around. Well, no, not really, because as soon as we gather that, we're then going to basically, we hand the Great Welkin Stone in, and we're going to finish the main quest line off right then and there. Or attempt to finish it off then and there. And probably do some miscellaneous, then head to the Shivering Isles, and that's that. That'll wrap up Oblivion. Oh, and of course, buy every single purchasable property that we can in the game, including the modded ones. I don't plan on adding any more mods into this unless you guys have a recommendation for a really good mod or 2 to add in, or kind of no more mods at the moment. Alright, time for some uploads and a bit on platforms. So, back around the end of September, I had mentioned that I wanted to dial back the number of series I had on the go. I still plan on sticking to that. We haven't really ended anything in December, which was, well, I was planning on ending Stardust. That didn't happen. Planning on ending Age of Empires Dragon Age, and that didn't happen. Civilization I also thought might have been ending, and that a lot of things didn't happen in December. I did get through most of it with having all the videos, even if I did upload a good chunk of them at the very end, as circumstances on the final 2 weeks kind of drew my attention away. Anyways, just as a refresher for what I had planned for the new series format is 2 30-minute series a day or a single hour-long series in a day. A slight tweak will be made to that. If I don't have any of the videos that I plan on uploading in that day, due to reasons, I'll end up uploading from a different series just so that there's at least something up there and there's content constantly being put out. Typically, these are the games that I'll have a couple episodes ready and reserved most of the time, so if you end up seeing a lot of, say, Graveyard Keeper or Stardew Valley, for instance, I'm just using 2 of those because I know I'm about to mention them in the next slide, don't be surprised, unless it's a Monday, in which case, yes, it is going to be get there. Don't be surprised if you end up seeing some extra videos, if you see a couple of those cropping up every now and then in the future. So anyways, the pool of games I have in mind are Stardew Valley, Graveyard Keeper, Star Sector, RimWorld City Builders, Prison Architect, and StarCraft Mass Recall, with Prison Architect being a new series coming in the future, and Mass Recall, we're going to talk about that in a little bit. And this will both keep videos coming out for you, the viewers, and hopefully bringing some of the games closer to being an ending. I'm specifically looking at the top 3 there, especially Star Sector. Because, well, I love all these games, but I also know I want to be able to play some other things as well. Alright, platforms. I had started Rumble channels on Rumble and Locals. Pretty sure it was Rumble and Locals, but I never really stuck to them. This year, that's changing. Still going to be primarily uploading on YouTube, but we'll slowly be uploading some of my other completed series and a couple of the current ones over to both sites. With the exception of today and yesterday. Tomorrow, that's when that's going to kick off a little bit. I got no plans for anything to be exclusive on either site, but that could change in the future. For instance, if, say, some of the games I play, like, say, RimWorld, YouTube ends up going, well, nope, you can't play this because this is too, I don't know, too violent, too graphic for kids, or for people to watch. I'll go, alright, I'm just going to put it up on the other channel, and then maybe throw in some highlights that Filmora has been creating, and post them as, you know, teasers on this channel. So, we'll see. We'll see what the future brings. But I do know I am going to be uploading more onto both those sites. Anyways, new series / planned long series. So most of these games I've had waiting in the works, but I'll be occasionally making some episodes for them when I have everything caught up for the current series. And I just went to say, hey, you know what? I want to play some of these games. A good chunk of my existing series are likely going to be ending in 2020 before the 2024 is finished. So anything here will more than likely be on the channel before long, I should say before the end. And here they are. So, first one, we're going to just briefly mention Mass Recall. The game's working, and I think I know how to fix it on the side of OBS. I just need to do some testing, and we'll be good to go. That is an incomplete sentence there. Now I'm going to start with either the Prologue campaign, which was a demo exclusive, but I think they brought it into here, or I'm going to be Rebels Yell all on hard mode. Sorry, dry throat there. And I'm aiming for either the first or second week of January to start uploading those. As for Skyrim, I haven't done much for this, and there was an update that had hit. I'm going to have to go back to the drawing boards with the mods, or at the very least playtest them. I gotta see if they work with the newest version. That being said, I still want to do a big roleplay Let's Play series featuring Legacy of the Dragonborn and mods that complement it. I'm probably going to end up taking a couple of them out that I didn't necessarily want to take out, but it'll make things a bit easier for the game. Looking at complete crafting and... No, I'm going to keep those in. I don't want to keep those in. We'll see about the rest of them. I still plan on uploading this alongside the Oblivion series. Oh, and Mass Recall, I forgot to mention, it was going to be uploaded alongside the Warcraft 3 co-op and eventually Warcraft 3, the normal missions there. This will take a fair amount of time, or very little time. It kind of depends on how much testing I'll need to do. I'm hoping for some time in February to start uploading these. Well, sorry, hoping for... sometime in February I'll be ready to go with this. Maybe even sooner. It all depends on how easy or difficult everything's going to be to gather together. Prison Architect. We had briefly mentioned this. It's been a while since I've played Prison Architect, and with no more DLC being made for the game, now's a good time to get a playthrough in. This will eventually be given a normal time, but for now it'll act as one of the filler episodes for a day should I not have the content planned for that day ready to go. Obviously not anytime soon, or not at the moment. It will be hopefully soon. But not at the moment because I don't have anything recorded for that. Most of January is actually going to be spent recording episodes for my existing series so that I can have a bunch of footage ready to go. Dragon Age Inquisition and Dreadwolf Rises. Again, another one that just has a black screen because I couldn't find any decent ones to do split screen. Still, I'm going to discuss both games at once since it'll be pretty easy. Inquisition will start up after Dragon Age 2 is done. That game will likely take some time to go, but I'm not in any rush. And a big reason why is because Dread Wolf Rises had some rough news the last time I had heard, with a lot of devs being let go, and I'm not confident on their plan to release in 2024. At least confident on releasing a good game in 2024. So I would love to play it on launch. I'm gonna end up waiting and see if we get any other news about it. A lot of AAA games recently have been fairly lackluster. Starfield, looking at you, which I haven't played it, but from my understanding, what I've seen of it, it kind of just looks like Skyrim in space. And if I want to play, I'll just go play Skyrim if I want to play a Skyrim game, and Star Sector if I want to play a space game. So we'll see if this one follows that same trend. I'm hoping it doesn't. I'm hoping it ends up coming out as good. I really do. I really want it to be good, but we'll have to wait and see. And here's one completely out of left field. Battle Nations. This was a personal teenage favorite of mine. It was shut down years ago. However, recently, a team of people have been bringing it back. And just pull up the Discord page. See if I could figure out who it is, what the company or the group of people called. Very professional, I know. I am super professional. Mad Rona Games. They're people who are bringing back Battle Nations. Pretty exciting. They also have another game called Tank Tactics, which plays almost exactly like the We Play Tanks game that came out for so long ago. So I'm very excited for it. I can't wait to play this game. And for those who have also played this game, we'll be playing it. I'm 110% going to be playing it. I'm going to be playing on it. If everything's on track, the game is set to release in the summer of 2024, and I plan on playing it on launch day, so stay tuned for that. I'm personally very excited for that, and I think a little bit prior to that, I might drop, a what if for Battle Nations, sort of how I could see the story going, because I think they're going to continue updating and making the story, which will be very, very awesome. Oh, I can't wait to see. This was a gem of a game back in the day. It was so sad when it got cancelled by King. They ended up buying out Z2, and the game was cancelled by them. I don't know the full history, or I'm 99% sure that's how it happened. But anyways, that's neither here or there. I like talking about this game. This was a very awesome game back in the day, and I hope you guys end up liking the eventual playthrough of it. We got No Man's Sky as well. I think it's been long enough since I've played No Man's Sky series, and with several updates have been released, as well as me completing several of the expeditions, it's time. There's plenty of new content for me to explore that I haven't seen in said expeditions. I got a little bit trolled at the so in the latest round of expedition kind of throwbacks, they only had 3 new ones from 2023. And the one that they brought back one of the previous ones from the first set. The one that they brought back from the first set was the only one I had completed fully. That was just unfortunate luck for me. I was really hoping that maybe we'd see Expedition 1, maybe Expedition 4 come back, even 2. I had some of the rewards for 2. But I had every single one of them for 3, and I was really upset. But I was able to complete 9 and 10 and get those ones, so very happy with that. Episodes for this will be about an hour long. I'll start making this content for this early this year, but it likely won't be on the channel until around mid of next year. I suppose I was thinking this one would probably end up replacing Greedfall, and I don't know how much longer Greedfall is going to be if I include DLC, so probably going to end up being around mid of next year when I finish Greedfall, I imagine. Minecraft. I got long play series in the editing stage. I actually had done it, well, as of making this, I had finished recording it the last little bit earlier that day, and I'm ready to start editing it down. I've got 2 separate 100-day episode videos ready to go for Engineer's Life and a 121 mod collection. Before I edit the 100 days video though, I want to try and see if I can tweak the audio a little bit and try to make it sound a bit better. We'll see how well that works. The long play series, I'm unsure how many of those I'm going to make, but I have a few goals to do, mainly beating some bosses, making some nice builds, try to alternate it. So for instance, the one that I just did, I took down the Ender Dragon. The next one, I'm going to build up a bit of a, no, you probably don't know, a nice villa type setup. One after that might do the taking on a raid or building up a village to be able to take on several raids, etc, etc. I don't think there's going to be too many of those in that world and that series, but we'll see. And I might even make one that's long play for a modded playthrough. We'll see. Ideally, and this will be including for any other long play / 100 days, I'm looking at RimWorld specifically, because I know I got some for those, but I also have long plays for some of the other games I've completed, like Dragon Age. I want to try and have them go on a monthly, release them on a monthly basis. So this month will 100% be a Minecraft long play. I don't know what next month will be, kind of depends on what I got going on. So hopefully, if I can get the audio improved in a short amount of time, I'll have a couple videos in reserve, which would be very nice for me. World of Warcraft. Since people have been enjoying the Warcraft 3 co-op mode, and likely want to play through of the actual game, did anybody want to see a playthrough of actual World of Warcraft? Just throwing the question out there. Personally, I enjoyed the game, but at the same time, there are some expansions, looking at Battle for Azeroth, that when I had played it, and the limited time I had played it, I didn't really enjoy it. So, if you guys want to see that, I'm just throwing it out there, since you know, you guys wanted to see Warcraft 3, maybe you also want to see World of Warcraft. We'll see what people say. Now for some planned long plays. I've stated this earlier, this will only be happening for games that I've either already completed it on the channel or have a select few games in mind that are currently run. Planned ones are still the PS2 games that I haven't replaced the peace part for yet. Dragon Age Origins I have planned for end of year, DLC included. Maybe I might be able to get that out a bit quicker depending on how soon I can get to these side projects. Oblivion and Skyrim main quests later on this year. I will be starting each of them. And Minecraft I've already discussed and I'm working on it. And Monster Hunter World sometime in the future, because I had said I was going to do one of those, and I haven't actually picked up the game in a while. But I will get to that later. Channel goals for the year. So, I've got some personal goals for the year as well as channel goals. Personal ones for me. Not going to tell anybody. But here's some of the channel goals I have. I want to upload more on Rumbles and Locals, try to develop those channels a little bit more. Make/use some more series personalized intros and outros. I haven't been really using the one for Graveyard Keeper. I should be using that one. Design a channel banner. And try my hand at some art for thumbnails and short skits in a few videos. I want to try that out. Expand some skill sets. And as overall, improve on the existing. And yeah, that's all for this update. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you all have a happy New Year's.